The day my world fell apart started like any other, with the warm Miami sun peeking through the blinds of our modest home in the immigrant community of Little Havana. I woke up to the sound of Raphael's gentle snores, a sound that usually brought me comfort but now seemed like a distant hum, a reminder of the life I thought we shared. We'd been married 10 years, and in that decade, I would given him my heart, my love, and my everything. I would stood by him through thick and thin, through the struggles of building a life from scratch in this city. As I rolled over, a faint memory of his words echoed in my mind. "You're my everything, mi amor." But now, those words seemed hollow, a prelude to the betrayal that would shatter my world. I had been through a tough time recently, battling cancer and the grueling treatments that came with it. Raphael had been my rock, or so I thought. He'd taken care of me, cooked for me, and been my constant companion through the darkest days. Or, that's what I believed. But there were signs, little red flags that I would ignored, thinking they were just my paranoia. He started comparing me unfavorably to other women, making snide comments about my appearance, my cooking, my everything. He'd say things like, "Why cannot you be more like that girl from the salon? She is so stylish." Or, "Your friend's husband's business is booming. Why cannot we be like that?" I brushed it off as his way of trying to motivate me, to push me to be better. Then there was the way he started keeping his car unusually clean. He'd always been a bit of a slob, leaving his trash and fast food wrappers on the floor. But suddenly, his car was spotless, not a crumb or a receipt out of place. I thought maybe he was just trying to impress me, or maybe he'd finally developed a sense of cleanliness. And then there were the little things he'd say. The way he'd stop saying, "I love you" first. He'd make me say it, and then he'd murmur it back, almost like an afterthought. I would think to myself, maybe he is just stressed with work, or maybe he is going through a phase. But the thing that really got my attention was when I found a strand of hair that was not mine on his collar. I was getting ready for a doctor's appointment, and I was helping him get ready for work. I brushed against his shirt, and my fingers caught on a hair that was darker, thicker than mine. My heart skipped a beat. Whose hair was that? I tried to push the thought away, to tell myself I was being paranoid. But the seed of doubt had been planted. I started to notice other things, little inconsistencies in his stories, the way he'd get defensive when I asked him about his late night. It was not until I found pregnancy tests in his car that my world started to unravel. I was getting ready to leave for a chemotherapy session, and I needed to grab something from his car. That's when I saw them, tucked away in the glove compartment. My heart stopped. Whose were they? And then I saw the necklace. It was mine, or at least, I thought it was mine. I would lost it months ago, and I would been devastated. How was it in his car? I felt like I would been punched in the gut. All the signs, all the little red flags, they made sense now. He was cheating on me, and with someone who was pregnant. I could not breathe. I could not think. All I could do was feel. The pain, the anger, the betrayal. It was like a tidal wave, crashing over me, pulling me under. I thought back to all the times he'd gaslit me, making me doubt myself. "You're just being paranoid," he'd say. "You're just stressed." But I was not paranoid. I was not stressed. I was being betrayed. And then I remembered his ex-wife, Maria. I had met her a few times, and she'd seemed nice enough. But there was something about her that did not quite add up. I would brushed it off as small talk, but now I wondered if she knew more than she let on. As I sat there, trying to process everything, I knew I had to confront him. I had to know the truth. But I was scared. I was scared of what I might find out, of what he might say. But I knew I could not stay in the dark. I had to face the truth, no matter how painful it was. I took a deep breath, steeling myself for what was to come. I was ready to face Raphael, to face the truth. I was ready to take back my life. Little did I know, this was just the beginning. The real battle was about to start.